Alright guys, welcome into Brandog Sports, and today I'm going to be listing my top 10 Heisman candidates heading into week 4. At number 10, I have Marvin Harrison Jr. Yeah, this one's pretty simple. He's the most dynamic receiver in college football, and one of the most dynamic offenses in college football run by Ryan Day. Although it is highly unlikely he makes it to New York, he still makes this list just because he is that talented. At number 9, I have Drew Allard. Drew Allard deserves to be lower on this list as of now. However, if Penn State is as good as I think they are and they make a run for the college football playoff, I can see Drew Allard being the reason and making it to New York as a Heisman finalist. The talent is there, but the team just needs to show me how good they are before Drew Allard moves up this list anymore. At number 8, I have Bo Nix. Bo Nix and his offense seem to be completely unstoppable so far this year, and against Texas Tech, Bo Nix had an outstanding game and led Oregon on a crazy comeback with the final stat line of 32 for 44, 359 yards, and 2 touchdowns while running for another 46 yards. But again, I need to see more from this team as a whole, and this week against Colorado will show us a lot if he can outperform Shedeur Sanders. At number 7, I have Sam Hartman. Does Notre Dame finally have a QB? I think so. Sam Hartman in this Notre Dame offense has looked very good so far. However, they haven't played anyone until this weekend when they play Ohio State. This will show us all we need to know about Sam Hartman and can he do it against the big boys. If he can, expect this Heisman odds to shoot up this week. At number 6, I have Shedeur Sanders. Keep in mind that this list is not who would be my Heisman candidates if the season ended today. This is my projected Heisman candidates at the end of the season. I don't know if Shedeur and this Colorado offense can keep it up against some very good teams in the Pac-12, but I do know one thing. They will continue to air the ball out like crazy, and if this team is better than I think and Shedeur's numbers keep getting better, he will for sure be in New York at the end of the year. At number 5, I have J.J. McCarthy. J.J. McCarthy just misses out in the top 4, mostly because he doesn't have that big game against an elite team to boost his odds. But there's still a lot of time left for him to have that big game, and he plays both Penn State and Ohio State this year, and if Michigan's offense is for real, we'll have a good shot at making it to New York. At number 4, I have Quinn Ewers. Quinn Ewers probably has the biggest win out of all the top 4, but his non-ability to run the ball and his weak showing against Wyoming are what is holding him back from being the favorite to win the Heisman. He still has a lot of chances to get back to where he was after the Alabama game, but he can't afford any more bad showings in a weak Big 12. At number 3, I have Jordan Travis. Jordan Travis just edges out Ewers due to his leg. It's always tough to win the Heisman if you can't run, but Jordan Travis definitely doesn't have that issue, and he also has a big win over LSU. However, if he didn't look too great against Boston College, and he needs to get some things figured out heading into a big-time matchup versus Clemson this week. At number 2, I have Caleb Williams. A lot of people are probably going to be shocked I don't have him at number 1, but in order to win the Heisman 2 years in a row, your numbers have to be way better than your competitors, and so far, they aren't. He had a bye this past week. Before that, he's been pretty much flawless. Unfortunately, he is at a disadvantage, and he hasn't been good enough to edge out who I have as my favorite to win the Heisman, and that is Michael Penix Jr. I thought at some point Penix's numbers would calm down, and they still probably will. Right? But so far, they have been jaw-dropping, with his most recent showing probably being the best. In a 41-17 win over Michigan State, he went for a final stat line of 27 for 35, 473 yards, and 4 touchdowns in only 3 quarters. He joins an elite group of college QBs in Patrick Mahomes, Graham Harrell, and Anthony Gordon as the only QBs in the last 20 years to throw for 400 yards and 3 touchdowns in the first 3 games of the season. Yeah. That's why he is my favorite to win the Heisman. And it also helps that Washington might be a top 5 team in the country. Thanks so much for watching. Make sure you like, subscribe, and comment, and I'll see you next time on Brandog Sports.